Memories with Meg. Meg!
When I was a junior in high school, I went through what I guess you could call a rebellious pet stage. Now I call it this because I really don't know what else to call it. It basically consisted of me getting pets that my parents didn't necessarily say I could have, but didn't necessarily say I couldn't have. And so I had these pets. I had pets growing up. I don't know why it happened. I had a cat, I had a dog, it's fine. But I wanted more. So the first animal that kind of escalated it is I'd never had a fish. Kind of a basic pet, right? Everybody has had a fish at some point. Except me. So I got a fish. But things kind of escalated from there, and then I wanted a hamster, and then I wanted a snake, and then I wanted a horse. I've got a love for creatures. So one day, me and my friends were shopping at the farm store. I don't know what else to call it. It's where you buy horse saddles and Carhartts. It's the farm store. And it was springtime, and so there were a ton of little baby animals, like little baby chickens, little baby duckies, like little babies just that are like in little boxes, and they're just going cheep, cheep, cheep. How do you resist that? They're adorable! And it hits me and my friend. We look down at these little baby duckies and we go, we've got to have a ducky. We have to get ducks. So we flip open our cell phones. Mom, Dad, can we have a duck? My parents, of course, go, no. Her parents, on the other hand, go, no. So we're feeling a little disheartened by this, but we won't give up. We try to think over different ways that we can get away with having these ducks, and the idea dawns on us. We need a third accomplice to help us with this duck problem. So we call our third friend and we're like, hey, come to the store. We want to show you something. Humor us. Just come here. So she drives down to the store with us and we're like, hey, come over here to where these cheepy sounds are. She comes over and what does she do? Oh, the little duckies are so cute! Bam! Third accomplice. So she calls her parents and what do they say? No. And it was decided we were gonna have to hide these ducks. Now, disheartened as we were, we decided that we had to have these ducks. There was no turning back. We needed to take these ducks and love them and bring them into our lives. They needed to be ours. So we did what any 3 teenagers without a plan would do. We bought the ducks. We were also really, really smart. We decided to make them a cardboard box home and to hide them at this third accomplice's house because her parents were the least snoopy and weren't really suspecting her to do it. Me and my other friend were kind of notorious for doing crap like this, and she wasn't, so she could get away with it. Now, we took the ducks home, we put them in our little cardboard box home, and we hid them in her garage, kind of in a back space, a storage shelf kind of a thing, and we played with them for hours. We got like a giant tub and filled it up with water, and we put them on the water and like had duck races. And we named all of our ducks different things. One of the ducks was Rocky, one was Chicken, and my duck's name was Ricardo, Balboa, Miguel, Angelo, Vittorio, Phelps. Yes, I'm serious. And after we were done playing with them, we stored them away in their little compartment in the back of the garage where they were really quiet. We put a heat lamp on them so that they would be safe, and we left them for the night. This was kind of a thing for about 4 days. We would kind of sneak over when her parents weren't home, play with the ducks, put them back, make sure they were fed, safe. It worked. And we actually got away with it for about that 4 days. Until her mom went to go get some food storage and heard, like, little baby duck noises. And she was like, what is that? Why is there a heat lamp? What is going on? Yeah, we got found out. But we didn't get in trouble because her mom's a sucker and it was totally awesome. As soon as she saw the ducks, she was like, they're so adorable! And we were like, we know! So we ended up being allowed to raise the ducks into about teenagehood, I would call it. They were like still kind of awkward and not quite fully grown ducks. But we did end up having to let them go because they got too big to hold in our little cardboard box and we couldn't exactly just let them run free. So we lived by a couple of ponds that had tons of ducks on them. People fed them all the time. And we figured it would be a happy place for them to embrace their freedom and duckdom and live in harmony with the other ducks. So, our hearts heavy, we took the ducks to the pond and released them into the wild. They tried to follow us home a couple of times, which was actually like really sad. But we did end up kind of ditching them and letting them stay so that they could be happy at this park with all these people that would feed them food and these other ducks that could be their friends, and it was okay. Sometimes I go visit Ricardo. He's doing well. At least I think he is. They all kind of look the same. I'm sure he's fine. Ducks! A wild kitty appeared. He used to be adorable.